Sports Life. Welcome to Sports Life Talk.
Hey,
Cause this is Sports Life Talk.
hey,
You rock it with Sports Life Talk.
Life Talk.
Hot topics
Yeah.
with Sports Life Talk.
Come on.
So come and get you some Sports Life Talk. They let us in the game, now we calling the shots. Things will never be the same, so
Yeah.
forget what you thought. Cause
Yeah.
life without sports ain't nothing but talk. Here we go now, finally a show that makes your heart pound. Profound, wonder what's running up through your thoughts now. About to drown our podcasts that be watered down. Tell them clowns it's a new era, and it's starting now. 5 total strangers, the 5 Power Rangers, approaching Sports Life Talk from 5 different angles. Get ready for the change up. We done turned the flame up. The topics that we bring up, we about to blow this thing up. Yeah, let's get it cracking. KT the head coach of Miss Manhattan. Gemini Jones holds the throne, she be calling them out. Mr. United Surgeon B. Jones, the mouth of the South. From the cover athlete to the year of the week, we got what you need. We dropping what's hot in the streets, from copping new sneaks to locals popping, doing big things. From gossip and tea, let Kimberly pull you a dream. Sports Life Talk, who is them? Went from not listening and now you're tuning in. If you're feeling what you're hearing, tell a friend, tell a friend. Thank you for listening, let the show begin. Sports Life Talk, who is them? Went from not listening and now you're tuning in. If you're feeling what you're hearing, tell a friend, tell a friend. Thank you for listening, now let the show begin.
Let's go. Let's give a round of applause for the dopest podcast. Sports Life Talk. Turn it up. Tell a friend, tell a friend. The revolution has begun, and it will be televised. Let's go.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Sports Life Talk, where life without sports is just talk. We have all 5 Power Rangers with us tonight. We have Coach KT.
Yep.
We have Mr. United Surge over here.
What's up?
We have KD, Miss Manhattan.
Hey y'all.
And then, of course, we have B. Jones, the mouth of the South, Mr. Yeet. I don't know what that was. And then, of course, I am Gemini Jones. So we just wanted to kind of put a disclaimer out there for all of our listeners and watchers tonight. While we do, and as the host of the show, I am speaking on behalf of the entire team here, my potties here with me. We do understand what all is going on out here in the world and across the country, the murder of George Floyd and the protests and all the things that are going on across the country. And we do understand the sensitivity and the nature of that situation. But we collectively as a group decided that we wanted to bring some type of joy and peace and laughter to you this evening. I know that you've probably been hearing about all of the stuff going on. You've been hearing it on the news. You've been seeing it on social media. You've been reading it in magazines, and friends have been talking about it. And so it's like a constant, nonstop thing. So while we do support the movement and, trying to eliminate racism, if that's even a thing, we are just going to do a normal show tonight. We will not be discussing any type of politics or, anything about what's going on. However, if you would like to join us on another podcast that we will be guest hosting on this evening, Girl Chat Sports, we will be discussing those issues there. So just want to let you know, you guys will be getting a regular fun-loving show tonight. Yay. So with that said, this is episode 47 entitled His Mama Called Him Clay. So I'm assuming everyone knows who I'm talking about, none other than the champ himself, Muhammad Ali.
Whoa, whoa.
The champ is here.
Champ is here? You got to say it with more energy than that.
The GOAT.
Do it again,
The GOAT is here.
That was terrible.
Was it? Is not how I practiced it?
Yeah, it was pretty
No,
bad.
that's not how you said it last night.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm a little sleepy.
I thought we was going to put the same hairstyle from last
Right.
night.
Yeah, she had something going on last night that during rehearsal.
We won't talk about that. Anyway, Katie, take it away.
All right. So who is Muhammad Ali? A boxer, philanthropist, and social activist, and known as one of the greatest athletes of the 20th century. Ali became an Olympic gold medalist in 1960 and the world heavyweight boxing champion in 1964. He was banned from boxing for refusing to serve in the U.S. military for religious reasons. Following his suspension, Ali reclaimed the heavyweight title 2 more times during the 1970s, winning famed bouts against Joe Frazier and George Foreman along the way. Ali fought his last fight in December of 1981. He was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 1984. He devoted much of his time to philanthropy. In doing so, he earned the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2005. So searching him and finding out a couple of things, a couple of fun facts that I found out about him is Columbia Records released a spoken word album back in 1963 titled I Am the Greatest, where he performed his poetry and it was backed by music also. What are some fun facts that y'all have about Muhammad Ali?
Hey, I can tell you one fun fact about him. That album that you're talking about, or within his musical career total, he got 2 Grammys. At least 2 Grammy nominations.
Okay.
So in most arenas, that's considered a successful music career.
Will Smith played him in a movie.
Now, let me ask y'all about that. Give me y'all opinion on that, because when I saw that movie, I saw Will Smith. Unlike when I saw Ray, I didn't see Jamie Foxx. I saw Ray Charles. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if the makeup is just better now compared to then, but I like the movie. But I saw Will Smith. It didn't just knock me out, so to say.
Well, did
No
you
pun
see?
intended, right, Kevin?
There we go.
But did you see Malcolm X in Denzel?
Yes.
Denzel and Malcolm. Okay.
Yeah, you can see that. But come on, y'all look at Will Smith. There's no way y'all saw Muhammad Ali. I'm sorry.
If you were to switch roles for him, who would you pick to actually play Ali?
Come on, Serge. You can't put me on the spot like that.
No,
what's his name?
Well,
Let's go Ghost from Power. Hell, I don't know. I just had to think of somebody.
I think that's one of the hardest people to play, because I don't know. I just feel like with the ambiance that came with who Ali is and what he had to do in the ring, you're doing the sport, but you also have to do the life aspect of it, kind of like we do on the show. And I think because of that, it was really difficult probably to find the best person or the best candidate or best actor to play that role. I think he played really well, but for me, I know watching the movie really opened my eyes to more the outside of the ring stuff that maybe I didn't know of. And so it enabled me to go read and, research more about what really was transpiring and stuff. I had heard about it, but, kind of like watching The Last Dance, about it, but then kind of getting the backstage stuff or behind the scenes stuff is what was really important. And so that's what I got out of the most out of watching the movie and about him. And obviously, pound for pound, you can always argue that he's, one of the greatest, if not the greatest ever, too. So
I think Kevin got something personal against Will Smith. There's no possible
That's a lie.
way.
That's a lie.
All 3 of the
That's a
movies
lie.
you mentioned, Denzel, Ray with Jamie Foxx, and Will Smith as Muhammad Ali became catalytic type roles for their careers. It propelled them into a whole different arena. It took them from, I can't say Denzel, but I know for a fact it took Jamie Foxx and Will Smith from kind of that upper B list to where they were A-list celebrities after that. They were getting 40, 50 million a movie after those, and Will Smith played the hell out of that role. I immensely loved it. For a little while, I thought he was Muhammad Ali. He talked trash like Muhammad Ali and everything.
I wouldn't go that far, but he
No,
did
you're going
do a
too far.
really good job. I just
Yeah.
love Will Smith, period, because I just watched Bad Boys 3 the other night again, and I was just like, Will, come through.
And then there goes B. Jones twisting my words, because I said I liked the movie. I just said couldn't see Will Smith as Ali. So he just totally took my words and just.
I think I'm gonna watch it again tonight, just to.
Hey, it make for good media, man.
No, you ain't twisting my words, man.
B. Jones, do you have a Muhammad Ali trivia question for us?
Well, Pamela, yes, I do. Thank you,
Give it to
Gemini.
us.
All right, so last week we did have a winner. And Mr. Corey Livingston, he got the question right from for the John R. Wooden Award. That was the second player from the University of Purdue. So shout out to Corey. On our newly launched website, we got a pick of Corey and some of his favorite stuff. So hopefully us as a cast will be sending a nice message to him and telling him thank you for being a fan and participating. But kudos to you, man. We appreciate it. And your T-shirt has been ordered. I don't know. Didn't you pick it up, Pam? Or we might have his T-shirt already. I'm not sure. But so this week, same rules apply. Get the question right, post it on social media, and win yourself a free Sports Life Talk T-shirt like my man Serge down here is rocking. All right, Ali was the first to win the championship belt an unprecedented time 3 times. All right, so here we go. Since Ali, give me the names of the handful of heavyweight boxers that became champions and able to win the belt 3 times or more. So name me heavyweight champions since Muhammad Ali that were able to win the belt 3 times or more. All right. And I want the names. Don't give me no chicken crap number. I want the names because this is a fun question for whoever can get it right.
Okay. And also, in addition to the T-shirt that you are going to get, it might take a minute because I just went to the mailbox today. But anyway, you will also get to be featured on our website in your shirt. So make sure you give your answer, get your shirt, take a pic so we can post it on the website, our new website, which I will be giving out at the end of the show. You got to stay for the show to get the website.
Yeah, and then you'll be internet famous, y'all. So go ahead and answer the trivia question so we can post y'all's cute photos on our new website.
Absolutely. All right, so local live shout out. This is part of the show where we shout out someone who is from the DFW area that is doing or has done or is doing something amazing. So Serge, I believe you are doing this week's local live shout out.
Indeed I am. This week we have Patriots Quincy Adebayo returns home to Cedar Hill to help those in need. Adebayo teamed up with current receivers on the Cedar Hill football team to go door to door in Dallas, handing out boxed lunches to those in need. And when it comes to stuff like this, my proponent is always like, when you do something that you don't have to do, but you're doing it out of your, the goodness of your heart. I mean, we always got to give kudos and props to those kind of people. So for somebody that's that young, but already made it to where he wanted to be, but still willing to come back to the community and do great things. So, we're going to always make sure to shout those kind of people out.
Absolutely. And also this week we are featuring as a Black-owned business this week, Dallas Wall Street, which is the recording studio where B. Jones went to record our brand new intro music. Yay! Shout out to B. Jones. They had asked me to rap on it, but I was unavailable that day. So I'm going to be on the remix version.
Hey,
right,
shout
B. Jones.
out and Ambrose, some local artists doing big things. I tell you, I was in the studio. I got the opportunity to get a sneak peek at some of the music that's going to be released within the next couple of months. And they got some heat. They got some stuff that the streets will be talking about them. You can actually check Kenny Smith out on iTunes and Ambrose. They already got some albums already loaded for you to check out their music. But the studio experience was amazing. Made me think about getting my P. Diddy. Take that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm your backup dancer.
But I want to say this, B. Jones. That song was awesome. It was great. And what he left out, B. Jones wrote the lyrics. So shout out to you. The only thing I got beef with you on the song.
Sports Life Talk on B. Jones.
Now I'm proud of you for doing that. But that whole Go Tigers.
Hey, that was my favorite part.
I almost ruined the song.
That's why you got to go record at Kenny Smith's studio at Dallas Wall Street, because he kind of put that all that like that. It was amazing how he polished that thing up and did it. When he did it, man, you should have saw it. It was like a little tear came down my eye. I was like, oh, I can't wait to play this for Kevin.
Well, Dallas Wall Street, their Instagram is Dallas Wall Street. And then Kenny Smith's Instagram is Kenny Smith 304. And we'll also be posting that as well. So you can check all that out. If you want to record a song or, I think I'm going to get in the studio, lay down some tracks myself.
Yeah, B. Jones, for that outro, when we come with the
Say
outro,
what?
I'm going with you, man.
Me too. Me too.
We gonna-
I got
we gonna put some fire.
16 in me. I got 16.
Hey, I'm actually working on a song for the Yeet right now. Don't
All right.
worry about it.
B, so like at the end, you were doing all this like extra laughing and shouting. Was it hard performing that, or did it just come so natural for you?
You know what's crazy? That was one take. I did that all in one take. And it's funny because that came to my head about the revolution. And then a week later, it's like
We having a revolution.
I was like, maybe we need to edit that part out the song.
Right.
we literally started the revolution right here on Sports Like Talk.
It's all happening together,
Yeah.
man. We got to merge it together.
All right,
That's
y'all.
crazy.
So kickoff question for the cast. There's nothing on here, but I'm gonna make up one real quick. So what are y'all doing this summer? What are your plans for the summer? It's summer 2020. We're in the middle of a pandemic and we're in the middle of something. So what are you gonna do this summer? Like,
I'm gonna take my first international trip to Italy for $89.99 round trip.
What?
yeah, I did see a good old Belize trip for $2.99 in a whole little private hut little thing, whatever. So
Do it.
All right, y'all don't see me again.
I'm pretty sure we can find somebody look just like you to fit right in that spot. What I'm going to do this summer is the same thing I've been doing for the past. I'm like, Pam, we can do this without you. What I've been doing for the past couple of months.
Nothing.
Well, nothing. I'm on summer break. So I'm definitely not going outside because now we got 2020 has just been just crazy. We lost COVID. We got Corona. We got what's going on now. And then I looked on Twitter and they said an asteroid is coming. So what's going to happen in July? It's just 2020 has just been a hell of a year so far.
It absolutely has. KD, what do you plan to do?
So my daughter, she started back doing her soccer thing on Monday. So I'll be busy. I don't think usually she does indoor and that usually takes up all of my time, but due to COVID, the soccer leagues have changed. So it's really just, training her, getting her conditioned, getting her ready for the up and coming season. Her team actually just made Division I. So it's something to look forward to. So I plan on working out, helping her, hanging out with Pam, because, we're trying to do, I don't want
to do ladies of SLT things.
Yes. And then what else do I have going on? That's about it. I got a birthday to celebrate in June and my birthday's in July. So I don't know if I'll be doing any traveling, but yeah, that's all I got for now. And then of course going to work every day.
Well, KD, I can't wait till 2021. We can actually go see your daughter play soccer. I'm not going out until then.
Right. Serge, what you got?
Well, usually we take a trip because both mine and my wife's birthday is in June. So we usually take a trip every year, which was this year would have been last week. We were going to California for a vacation / a wedding. But since that obviously didn't happen, I don't know. I think we're trying to see about making plans, but it just looks like the cases with COVID has gone back up again. So we may just try to do something like a backyard date or something. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's cute.
But outside of that, same old regular stuff. Like KT said, been doing it for 2.5 months. It's almost a regular routine now. Just hopefully looking forward to just seeing some better news rather than what we've been dealing with the last 5 months. Hopefully the next 3-4 months will get us going so that we can end the year on a good note.
Yeah.
So I have a question, Serge. So you say you had a wedding to attend. So did the wedding date change? Like, what happened?
They initially were going to postpone it till later. And then sometime last week, they rediscussed and these people have been dated for 7 years. So they're like, what's the point of really waiting? All they need is their family around. And so they ended up doing a Zoom wedding. They had a park set up, obviously, like all the family is there. You know, us and one of the other relatives were the only ones that physically couldn't be there. So we were all on a Zoom call. And we got to see it. It was like a 15-minute ceremony, and it was great. And, you know, it doesn't change anything. And, you know, they're married officially. So, yep.
So let me hold up. I'm sorry. So we're gonna do a happy hour Friday because I want to talk about that the whole 7 years to get married.
Hey,
I want to talk about that.
Hey, because remember I was 8, so you sensitive subject there, buddy.
I will mute myself.
So, like I was gonna say before you unmuted yourself and stuck your foot in your mouth, I have a wedding in July, and I'm looking forward to it. It's an outdoor wedding already, so you know I think everything she emailed and said the venue said everything is still on track. They're gonna, of course, do the social distancing. I don't know how the reception's gonna go, but she said it's still on. So I'm looking forward to that. Of course, like KD, my son started basketball on Monday and he's dying, y'all. It's funny. His legs was tingling on Monday. That's what he get for not doing nothing for 3 months. And then I just plan on still working out and trying to be cute at the end of whenever I can go back outside. So.
Yeah, I got a wedding too, July 27th in Waxahachie.
So basically, Pam, you asked us this question, and we spent 5 minutes just so we can get to that point. You want to tell everybody that you've been working out and trying to get summertime fine. That was the whole setup for what y'all been doing for the summer question, right?
Sounds about right.
Hey, when I show these abs off in a minute, y'all will be like, okay, she was serious. She was really working out.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, there will be no abs. There won't. I'm sorry, it just won't. But anyway, all right. So B Jones, did you tell us what you were gonna be doing? I don't remember.
I told you I'm going to Italy.
That's right, $89.99. All right.
$89.99.
All right. So I guess we'll talk about some ball is life. Is that right, Coach? All right. So it's universally known that MJ is the GOAT of men's basketball. But who would you say is the GOAT in women's basketball? B Jones, what you got? I'm gonna go with you first because you look like you just ready to explode with your answer.
Yeah. I'm gonna be real with you. My heart, 2 ounces. My heart wants to say LSU's very own Simone Augustus. I just got the opportunity to see her play. But in all fairness, I'm going to take off my LSU glasses. Go Titans.
Thank you.
Question sincerely. And I'm at a draw between Cheryl Swoops and Lisa Leslie.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't determined which way I was going to go. I have a certain connection with Cheryl Swoops as probably when I first got into female basketball, Teresa Weatherspoon kind of set that gateway for me. That's probably a name that 90% of our fans don't know, but she went to Louisiana Tech. And Louisiana Tech was killing basketball back in the late 80s, early 90s. But as a matter of fact, Baylor's head coach Kim Mulkey was on that Louisiana Tech team. But anyway, so I was watching the Final Four where Cheryl Swoops at Texas Tech played against Ohio State with Katie Smith, and they went at it. And it was just an impressive showing. And me and my cousin, we sat there and watched the whole game. We were so excited, and of course, Cheryl Swoop pulled that thing off, and I was just in love with her as a basketball player in general. So to me, she was kind of like, I don't want to say the MJ, because I think Lisa Leslie is more the MJ of WNBA. She did more, achieved more accolades. But when Cheryl Swoops went to the Houston Comets, her and Tina Thompson, they just had a squad. It was just nasty. I just loved watching.
KT?
First of all, like Future with Surge, can we not ever Lisa Leslie on the show again? And here's why. Do y'all know it's a Waffle House off of 67 in Copper Hill?
Yes.
Lisa Leslie and her husband were there, and it was like nobody in Waffle House. So my wife went in and she saw him. So she all she wanted to do was speak. So Lisa Leslie turned her back to my wife, and her husband did all the talking. It's like she
Oh,
didn't want to be
wow.
bothered. So I know how great Lisa Leslie
She
is.
just wanted her
But the-
waffles. She didn't want to be bothered while she ate her waffles.
Her food wasn't even there. They didn't have food.
Well,
But
if
she
she's
would have-
anything like, hold on. If she's anything like me, when your mouth is watering for your pancakes or for your waffles, you had an attitude. I mean,
No,
No?
no, Pam. If you're not eating, and all she didn't go ask for a picture, nothing. She just tried to say hi because she's nobody famous. You know what I'm saying? So that was her one opportunity to just go speak, say hi, and maybe actually she would say hi back. But anyway, Lisa Leslie is a great player. B. Jones, you pretty much stole mine.
What was yours?
Mine's gonna be Cheryl Swoops because I remember watching that game at Texas Tech, the championship game. She put up 44. She killed. Yeah, so it came down to Cheryl Miller, Cheryl Swoops, and Diana Taurasi.
Hey,
So I win.
Cheryl Miller, though. Cheryl Miller, high school wise, was the best female high school player in the ever. She dropped
In
the
the
100.
ever?
She dropped the C note on them in high school.
Yeah, so that's why I'm going Cheryl Swoops because, like you said, she was the Michael Jordan of that time. That's how she looked. Was she the first one to get a signature shoe?
Man, I wasn't rocking nobody. I ain't
She
see nobody
actually
rocking
named
no
her
shoes,
son.
man.
She actually
No, I
named her son after Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
His name is Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say
actually
she was the
called
first.
him.
Yeah, I want to say she was the first female to get her own signature shoe. So yeah, I'm
Y'all
going.
know I went to Tech, right? I went to Tech with her. Y'all know that, right? Oh, okay. Y'all didn't know.
What's
Sir?
up?
Yeah.
Those are definitely great picks. I mean, Cheryl Swoops is, in her own right, a beast. With the Houston Comets, back in the late '90s and stuff. When the WNBA started, they obviously, were like the dominant team. But for me, I mean, obviously just the pro career itself, but especially if I combine college and pro, Diana Taurasi is that person for me. I think the fact that her nickname is the White Mamba, and you don't get that name if you're not considered to be the greatest in the game, to get that name. So I feel like she's been at the forefront for USA Olympics. Obviously, UConn basketball, been with one team since she's been in the league with Phoenix, won 2 championships. So I'm gonna have to go with Diana Taurasi because I feel like when I watch her, she moves and glides and hoops like a guy. And I feel like she's one of the first ones where I've actually seen where she doesn't I don't know, just the way she moves is just completely different than anybody else.
Okay. All right. I really don't have an answer. I guess I will go with Cheryl because I did go to Tech. And why were you looking confused? You didn't know that I went to Tech?
Cheryl Miller is a lot older than
I
you.
didn't say Cheryl
so
Miller. I said Cheryl Swoops.
Cheryl Swoops is a lot older than you.
Not a lot.
She's in her 50s.
I was
Yeah.
there when she was leaving.
So what does that say? Okay, I'm going back to you.
Y'all. You know how when you're watching TV and then it goes to those colorful lines because something has been done and they need to cut real quick? Let me find that Let me cue that up because
Hey, but let me ask you a question.
All right.
We've been doing this for over a year. Nobody on the show knew that you went to Texas Tech. And when we talk about people's favorite teams, even on the website, you don't even put Texas Tech as one of your favorite teams.
I didn't actually. Okay, so let me say this. I went to Tech, but I didn't actually. I didn't go to class. So I went for 4 years.
You stayed in Lubbock for a year.
For 4 years, and then I went and transferred and graduated from UTA. I partied at Tech. So I can't say that it was my favorite school because. Sorry, Mom. Moving right along. So the next question is, would you take your wife's last name? Now, this is 2 or 3 married guys. So Ron Artest, I guess, is now Meta Standiford Artest, right? So I guess his wife's
Yeah.
last name is Standiford.
Yes.
So would you take your wife's last name or would you hyphenate it? Because what is her name? Zoe Saldana? I think didn't her something
Yeah, I think Zoe. I think her husband did take her last name. Now look
Okay.
here.
Huh?
I love my wife to death,
But you're not gonna do it.
but I'm not in her last name. But if Halle Berry came to me and said, "Baby,
You
I
be
want to
Kevin
marry
Berry?
you," I'm gonna be Kevin Berry. Ain't gonna be no hyphen, ain't gonna be no Thomas. Straight Kevin Berry.
Okay. B Jones, you're muted, boo.
Hey, the only one y'all can call me is Brandon Winfrey. If it was Brandon Winfrey and Oprah was hollering at your boy, hey, I'll take that last name. But I love my wife to death, and I actually love my wife's family. Probably one of the coolest families to be around. They nonstop, they down to earth. I mean, they party all night long, dancing, drinking, having fun, dominoes, you name it. Have a good time whenever I'm around them. But I think it's I don't know, too much tradition for me to give up the last name that I bring into the fold. There's too many, Mandingos that carry that Jones pedigree. I gotta keep that rolling.
I didn't marry one of them. I'm sorry. So, Katie, I have a question for you.
Okay, I got a question for you after you asked me your question.
Okay, so you're married, and you take your husband's last name.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all do not stay together, do you abandon his last name and go back to your last name?
It depends. Yeah, I don't know. It depends on like if I hate him, like that's the reason why we got divorced, because of bad, whether he cheated or he was beating me or something, then I don't want his last name.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm definitely, whenever I do get married, I want to hyphenate my name. So
Okay.
yeah, so to future Bay, the name will be hyphenated.
Okay. And what question were you gonna ask me?
Wait, we gotta ask you, like, what would you do? Would you keep your last name?
Child, I done had 3-4 last names. I mean, pick one.
Folks can't even run a background check on you. They got
It said maiden name, married name, other married name, almost married name. Which name do you want? I don't know.
Okay, so for fun, do you just use random names, like the names that you've used before? Do you just no?
I just have one last name.
Okay.
And which one is that? We don't even know your real last name. We didn't know you went to tech. We don't even know you at. No.
Legally, my last name is still Jones. Yes.
Pam
Legally.
got identifications in a box in her closet like she a Secret Service agent
Yeah.
with a go bag.
Is
Like,
it,
she can run at any point in time. Got license and all kind of names though.
okay, is that one of your married names, or that's your maiden name?
Jeez, y'all getting personal. Yes.
Okay.
It is a married name that I kept. Yes.
Okay.
It was just easier. Going back to my maiden name is difficult. So that's just
Yes.
But real talk, I don't know why it was Ron Artest that did this, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know why Ron Artest did this, but let's just be honest. Ron Artest, even when he was playing, he was part of the vicious situation in Detroit, and he ain't never really been rap type.
Right. Yeah.
From Jump Street. I'm just gonna be real with you. The dude ain't never really been. I'm pretty sure he has his reasons though. So I'm not gonna knock Mr. Sanderfoot at all.
Yeah. So if I got, once upon a time I was gonna get married to Odell Beckham, I think I would keep that name forever. But
now, y'all, Corey, sir, the clock is still at 6:09. Okay, it ain't gonna change. It's not.
And
so leave me alone about my clock. Corey's trying to clown me. Come on, what is the clock?
Just give up on it, Corey. We've been doing
just
it for
Just give up.
how many weeks now?
Hey, you know what, Corey? My birthday is next week, so if you want to send me a clock, just let me know. I'll take
or some batteries. Look, Corey, that was the clock tapping on her shoulder when she thought something was crawling on her back, asking to change it.
Y'all leave my clock alone. It's an antique.
No, but Wendell said that he loves his wife to death, but if nah, bruh. If you have to end with with a but, a but if I can't support it, that's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question, girl, I forgot my damn question. Oh, okay, I know my question. Okay, so my question was, I was gonna ask you, what if the dude, you know, he proposes, everything's good, y'all are about to get married, and he insists on picking up your last name so he can hyphenate his name?
You talking to me?
Yes, like
Which last
Damn,
name is
he's
he gonna
talking to
take?
us.
Which last name is he gonna take though?
well,
Like
he knows Jones. He doesn't know. So like,
that'd be hella weird if he's gonna take another man's last name. I'm trying to take yours so I can get it off of me. You wanna take this one? Unless I marry a man whose last name is already Jones, then I'm good. We're both good. We can call it Jones Square.
Jones.
Yeah.
I can't wait till this show is over so we can figure out what the hell your real last name is. This is baffling.
Do I need to fill out an application? I think y'all should have done that a year ago. It's too late now. Serge, would you take your wife's last name?
Probably not. No.
Okay.
You know, once upon a time, I would say like a decade ago, I was like, I always never really understood. I guess it's culturally, it's a little different on how last names are picked in for people after marriages in our culture. Sometimes they pick it up. Like in my case, my dad's first name is my last name, so it's weird. That's usually how
Whose last name do you have?
my last name is my dad's first name. It should be, if we're going through American culture, my dad's last name should be my last name, but it's not.
And then your son's name should be
my first name. If we follow the trend, but obviously we didn't do that. We kept it the way it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Okay.
So
That's
yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep. But
All
no,
right,
I wouldn't
so-
take my wife's last name now.
Okay. All right. Good. Good. I don't want to talk about nobody. All right. So let's talk about J.R. Smith. I know everyone has seen the video of him putting hands and feet and elbows and arms and everything else on the kid who I guess vandalized his car. So how do y'all are clapping? Y'all feel good about that, B-Town? Was it too harsh? You think maybe you should have just smacked him and sent him on his way, or what's going on?
I bet he'll think twice before he do something like that again.
Look,
Lesson learned.
the spirit of him peacefully protesting got away from him, and he kind of lost sight on what he was out there to achieve, and J.R. Smith had to recalibrate him. The only problem I had with the video is that I don't know if JR was harnessing his inner Kunta, or he was mad about George Floyd, or mad about the fact that no NBA team actually picked him up this year. But yeah, he went all out WWE.
He did.
Hey, Rocky V on him. I mean, he was kicking, and then he got up and shot him another one. And so it wasn't a pretty scene at all. I'm trying to think of, can the guy press charges against JR even though he vandalized JR's property first?
I don't think he wants to go through that legally. I don't know if he's gonna win that.
No. The only and only reason I'm okay with this is because this happened while everything else is going on. So this was a guy who was out there taking advantage of the situation, just like many other people have been trying to take advantage of the situation of most people aren't paying attention. So let me just go ahead and do whatever I feel like to somebody else's vehicle. He probably was actually trying to get into the vehicle because he saw a nice car and wanted to probably get some stuff out of there, but he got caught and got chased down. And so I think maybe it was the 2-year anniversary of when JR had his blunder in Golden State. So maybe it was a way for him to pay back for himself, I guess. But, with all the stuff that's going on, I mean, that guy should have known better. Of course, I think in any other scenario, JR, also has to watch out because of what we're dealing with, is why we're here in the first place.
Absolutely.
From what I can gather, that guy, kid, whatever, was a white male, and it's not going to look good when a video like this comes out, obviously. But I think most people are willing to sweep this under the rug, understanding, what's going on. And he's not in the NBA, so it sounded like he would get suspended or something.
So everybody on Facebook is saying you can catch these hands. Whatever hands is, you mess with my stuff, you can catch these hands. So it's Daryl said you don't touch a brother's ride. So I guess he did have that beat down coming. That sucks. He shouldn't have been out there doing that. So all right. So B Jones, you want to talk about the drop? Yes? No? B Jones. Are you frozen? Are you play freezing?
No. I'm starting to mute myself. And for some odd reason I couldn't find the little white pointy thing. But what I do the drop is if y'all let me do my little corny noise.
Go ahead.
Wah, wah, wah. Welcome to the drop. All right, here we go. Hey Serge, Serge actually found these. So we got the Nike LeBron 17s, known as the graffiti colorway, inspired by Nike LeBron 4. They debuted back in 2006 and influenced by other Nike LeBron models in the past. They're going for retail $225. Of course, this is a show where we're interacting, right? But go to our website. Like, we're gonna give you the link and everything at the end of the show. You'll be able to see a picture of the shoe and what they look like. I'm still trying to decide if it's a shoe that I would wear. I can't quite see myself in that pair of shoes just yet. So probably when I see somebody else walking down the street in them, I'll be like, okay, I see what you're doing right there. But just at face value, it's red, black, and white. It's a lot going on in the shoe. All right.
LeBron always has, his shoes are very different looking, and then he adds these bright colors sometimes, and I'm just like, I'm not really a fan of LeBron shoes, but that's just my opinion. Continue.
All right, and on the music side of the drop, we have some new music coming your way. Those of you who do watch this show or know me personally, you know that I'm a diehard Young Buck fan. Been a Buck fan since 2004. And Young Buck dropped a mixtape last week called Outbreak, and it's jamming. Go put that in your life. Lil Yachty came out with an album called Lil Boat 3. I haven't heard the album just yet. I know he had one song on there with Drake and somebody else that was it was a matter of like Oprah's bank account or something like that, and it sounded kind of decent. And then one of the most underrated female MCs in the game, and I don't even know if you can call her a female, but Young M.A. dropped Red Flu. And, was that not PC? We going to edit that out on the telecast? Well, I mean,
oh man.
Listen, Young M.A. portrays herself like, if you saw Young M.A. walking down the street, you would think that was a dude. Let's just call a spade a spade. I ain't here to shoot no wolf tickets. She looked like a dude. She dressed like a dude. She'll I don't know what the technical term of that, but she's the masculine person in the relationship. But she got lyrics. She got hella lyrics and she got bars. She dropped bars on the album. The 3 songs that I heard is rolling already. So check her out.
Yeah, because I saw a couple of her freestyles on Facebook. I'm like, man, she can go. She can go.
Oh.
Oh no, she can go. She for sure can go. She can go.
If anybody out there is a Lady Gaga fan, she dropped Chromatica. Just put it out there in the hemisphere for y'all to soak that up.
All right, you Lady Gaga fans.
Well, don't act like Lady Gaga fans.
The funny thing is she's gonna outsell all 3 of these people's albums. So. Combined, yeah.
Combined.
Lady Gaga, she's cool. All right, so it is the ladies' time of the show. Time for the Manhattan Project.
Oh man! Before you get started, just talk about it anyway. I took a nap today. I've been messed up.
Wow.
No, I watched last week's.
Oh,
I didn't
my
watch
God.
Sunday. I straight forgot. Seriously,
Wow.
hey, today. Okay, let me put this out there before you go. I go to this place. It's called AA Wings. and it's like an Asian guy that makes all the food, right? And like 2 times I've gone, and he wrapped up my food, and he's done this, right? And each time I've eaten and I've went to sleep. So this time I ate, and I was messed up. You can ask B. Jones. He called me earlier trying to get me to help him with something, and I was out of there.
So you're
So,
saying he put a little sleeping voodoo in your wings?
I guess he thought I was tired. I needed some rest. This man, I'm saying, he wrapped it just like this. I ate it. It was great. I've been messed up ever since.
That's turkey.
I will be going back though.
Did they have 4 or 5 people deliver your food like MJ?
No, but
Put
this
something in
my
your food?
get it, man. It's just right there. No, I went to get it. So
Oh boy.
and I'll be going back next week too.
So basically, you didn't watch Insecure. That was the point of that long spill.
Yes,
and you're
ma'am.
gonna blame it on your food. Okay, no problem.
Pretty
So
much.
Katie, take it away.
Y'all let him off the hook though. See, when it comes to me and watching the Last Dance, all 4 of y'all jump on me. But him, he gets out. Boy, you a politician. He jumped out front of that.
I missed one episode, B. One episode. You missed.
You missed a
How
whole
many did you
10
miss?
episodes.
Yeah, you missed the whole series.
You're still 9 episodes behind.
You start, guys.
Say,
Whatever.
Man, have I came at you twisted any time this
KD,
episode?
Coach and B Jones, mute yourselves right now. I'm not putting up with this. Mute yourself, B Jones. Now,
Yo,
Katie, take it away.
Yo, B. Jones with his theatricals, I love it. When he's
Dramatic.
like, oh, I can't. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with my drinks it's a drink of the week, but I have 2 drinks this week. So a couple of weekends ago, I had took a trip to Total Wine and More. I don't know if y'all have ever been to that store, but they have like wine galore. Inside that store, they had like a area for like their top 10 summer wines. So the wine that I snatched up was Eccentric. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon from Argentina. I got this bottle because of the gold and bronze labeling, and I don't remember the price of it, but it says that it is affordable whenever I had Googled it to read about it. But
KD making that good money. She didn't even look at the price. Go ahead.
no, I was on somebody else's tab.
Even better.
Yeah, so
Who's tab, KD? You know we ain't gonna let that slide.
Didn't I tell you to mute yourself?
okay,
I'm
y'all
sorry.
keep listening and then I'll tell y'all who's tab. Okay, so this Cabernet Sauvignon shows a deep red color with aromas of blackberries and red fruit jam. A full and round wine with elegant velvety tannins and a long, delightful finish. Some red wine can be bitter. It is very silky. It almost has like a sweet flavor. It's definitely my fave right now. And y'all, I really think the price is only somewhere between like $9 and $20. Like, I really don't think it's more than $25. So yeah, y'all should definitely try it out.
You said fruit jam?
Yeah, fruit jam.
You have gotten bougie the last couple of weeks. I don't even know you anymore.
Yes.
We don't know her
I
last
like
name.
the bronze labeling.
Okay, so then my second drink of the week is a French 75. So I did put my own remix on it. You're supposed to use like simple syrup and some other ingredient, but my ingredients call for a half ounce of Bombay Sapphire gin, half ounce of Saint Germain, a thin lemon slice, and any champagne of your choice. The drink can kind of be a little strong, so it's a good buzz because you're mixing in that gin and Saint Germain. That Saint Germain has I think it's called elderflower, and I really like that taste. So Fever Tree has a tonic with that flavor, and I always mix my gin or my vodka with that elderflower. I think that's the name of that stuff. So yeah, those are my drinks of the week. If anybody tries them, y'all should let me know what you think. I'm supposed to be hanging out with Pam, so I might turn her on to my wine and my French 75. We're gonna be lit, y'all.
Yes.
So when is this? When are y'all getting together, and why weren't we invited? I'm gonna mute myself now.
Okay.
No men allowed. Yeah. Anyway,
Well-
we actually, Katie and I will be broadcasting live together next week for
Yeah.
next week's show.
And
Yeah,
hopefully,
since we have a guest on.
yeah, and hopefully y'all will get to see us on Friday for the happy hour.
Yes,
The guys flaked this weekend or this
they
past,
did.
and I'm saying y'all flaked.
I wasn't in the mood. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I wasn't in the mood. I wasn't feeling good at all about the situation. So it wasn't a good time for me. It would have been, like you call it, more theatrics. So
Yeah, and you know,
No,
I
we
need,
have enough of that.
I need my
I
theater.
can't wait till Friday when we do it. I'm gonna act a damn fool because of you two.
Okay.
I'm muting
whatever.
myself.
All right, so now I'm gonna move on to my insecure recap.
Okay, wait. Before you do that, both drinks are posted on the website, which I will give y'all at the end of the show.
Yes.
So go ahead.
Yes.
Insecure recap.
All right, so insecure recap. So, you know, we had the episode about Issa, then we had the episode about Molly and her vacation. We're going to skip over Molly's vacation because this last episode, it was just filled with love and it was so refreshing. And the man was speaking from emotions and how he felt, and he was able to ask questions about why this relationship ended. And it just came from an honest place. It was a lot of transparency. Like, it was so good. It was so good to me. My favorite part of the whole show was when they were at dinner and they were able to talk to one another without getting upset. And then at the end, when TSA Bay showed they had their little conversation back and forth. And then Lawrence was like, all right, well, let me know however the art walk is. I gotta go. He walks away. And then he turns back around. He's like, I'm just kidding. And then they ended up going together.
Yes.
So can I ask y'all a question real quick? I'm not trying to be funny either. So Lawrence and old girl are back together.
No,
much.
they're not back together.
No.
Okay.
No.
So I also want to point out that Kelly on the show, I think her name is Natasha. She actually wrote that episode.
Yes.
So she did an amazing job with that episode. Like I said, when we talked about Lawrence and Issa back in the day and them getting back together, which they did in this episode, I'm not saying that, but it was nice to get to see them date, because when the show first started, they had already been living together 5 years and they were kind of growing apart. So you didn't really see a lot of them kind of out and being themselves with each other and having fun and laughing. You just saw a lot of the tension that led up to, the things that happened in the first, at the end of the first season. And then, second season, everything just went. So it was good to see them together and see how probably their first year or two of their relationship actually went.
yeah, unlike Kevin, I did watch the episode.
Thank you, B. Jones. You're amazing.
And you know what? Lawrence, over these 3 seasons, has taught me a lot. So one, I'm not sure I could have sat at that table and had that mature conversation. He made me kind of do a gut check in myself. Like, that dude he was able to sit back and communicate in an earnest and honest fashion with her. And you can still tell that he truly loves her. That was the season finale, right?
No, it's 2 more.
Okay, so it's 10 episodes. All right. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm impressed by how Lawrence has been able to grow as a character. He's now, I'm cool with him. The only concern I had is that throughout the whole episode, he kept, I don't want to say flirting with Condola, but he wouldn't close that door. And I just didn't understand why. It was like he was, all right, I'm gonna meet you after this. And okay, all right, I'm about to finish this up. I'm gonna come meet you tonight. And I give props to Issa for finally just stepping up what she want, going after what she want and having a good night. But at the same point in time, I'm just thinking to myself, like, Lawrence is still not there to know what he wants. I just don't feel like he knows what he is in this to do. And he identified himself and he said, hey, I know I don't want to run my own business. I don't want to be a solo guy. I like being in teams, but love life wise, he's still showing me some insecurities.
Oh boy, I cannot.
So I think
I can't.
So I think that he's keeping the lines of connection. I mean, the communication lines open with Condola because maybe
She's pregnant.
No, don't say that. Like I can't. If Condola is pregnant, I'm not watching the show no more. I'm not watching it.
She kept calling. I'm
not.
I don't know.
So KD, can you do me a favor? And because Pam's not gonna remember, can you text me tomorrow morning so I can watch that show so I won't
Wow.
forget? While I'm not, while I'm not editing our show and everything.
Okay, what would be a good time to text you? Because I called you earlier and I let you know that I'm losing my mind.
Around 10-ish.
Okay, I'll text you at 10.
One other thing I did like about the show was, she apparently had broke Lawrence in the past. And when they got to that restaurant and she ordered an appetizer and about 4 or 5 entrees and 2 drinks, I was like,
yes,
all the meals you had this whole time.
We need to talk about that on Friday because that's ridiculous.
Y'all, and the sex
shared.
The sex scene on that episode was amazing. It was beautiful. It was so good, y'all. I'm telling y'all.
I didn't watch that part. I have virgin eyes.
You probably watched it 3 or 4 times. What you talking about?
Each series of shows, I always have like my favorite episode. So that is officially my favorite episode of Insecure. And I will be watching it over and over and over and over and over again.
Yes.
Me too.
And again and again.
So, all right. So me and Pam are still planning our live horse that we're going to do. We don't have a go live date for it, but as soon as
it's hot outside. Can we horse inside?
No, but remember your summertime fine. So less clothes the better, right?
Okay.
Look, we need all the views. So y'all be looking forward to the date that will be set for that. And that's all I have today, y'all.
All right, B. Jones, close us out. Do you have a yeet this week?
Yes, I do have a yeet. And in case you are curious, what is B. Jones talking about when he says a yeet? So the definition of a yeet is somebody who does something exemplary, extraordinary, and they are elite with a tenacious attitude. All right, so that's what yeet stands for. And this week, sometimes I actually get it right with the yeet. And Kim Burley Clavel, who was able to amass an 11-0 record in her professional boxing career, actually was able to win the I think it's called the North American Boxing Federation flyweight title over a Mexican fighter. But that's not what makes Miss Kim impressive. What makes Kim impressive is in the prime of her career, after winning titles, she put her career on pause and became a nurse. And not just any nurse, she became a nurse in an elderly care center or a care facility for elderly patients to help combat the coronavirus. And athletes that do things like that, that's hard. And I know it's probably not a ton of money in boxing, but she could have been keeping herself in shape. She could have been training and worrying about a professional career. But instead, she took the gloves off and put a cape on and decided to fight and combat something that was bigger than herself and a belt. And for that, I want to give you props, Kimberly. We thank you. She will be awarded the Pat Tillman 2020 ESPY, which Russell Wilson, Megan Rapinoe, and I think it's Sue Bird. Is that right, Serge? I think they'll be doing a remote ESPY, so you'll get to hear more about Kim's story by watching the ESPYs. But with that being said, on behalf of SLT, you deserve a
yeet.
All right, guys. So I've been saying it all show, and I know you absolutely cannot wait for me to reveal the website, right? I mean, I can't wait. B. Jones and Coach KT have been working so hard for I don't know how long, but they've been getting on my nerves about stuff for this website. So been working so hard on getting this website together. So everyone, please, please, please go take a look at somebody give me a drum roll. I'm not gonna do a drum roll. Okay, thank you. Yes. SportsLifeTalk.com.
Woo-hoo. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of obvious. I mean, what else would it have been? But
You got to do the laugh, B. Jones.
I had to build y'all up. So
Yeah. And also a couple of episodes we had talked about how Pam exposed herself. So we have all her leaked photos on the website. So y'all go check it out.
We sure do.
Hey, the website is fire though. We got a lot of stuff. If you want to hear the theme song, you can go listen to the theme song. You can look at pictures past. We got more content that's coming. We got old shows. So if you just want to clip directly to the old show, we got the trivia to honor and recognize participants and fans. I mean, we
have the Manhattan Project with KD's Drink every week.
Yep.
Uncut Gems is coming soon. That's my section of the website where who knows what I'll say.
And we got a lot of other stuff. So we got some big surprises coming for those fans that take the 5 minutes out and show us some love. We appreciate you. Go check out the site. Like Pam said, www.sportslifetalk.com.
All right, guys, that's the end of our time tonight. If you want to hear more from us tonight, you can go to Girls Chat Sports, right? Girls Chat Sports, and listen to us live there. We will be joining those two ladies from Vegas. We actually were on with them a couple of Saturdays ago, and they asked us to come on to their podcast. So we will be joining them this evening. But other than that, if not, we will see you guys here next week. Thank you again for joining us. And next Wednesday, I believe, is a special episode, right, Serge? It'll be Serge's birthday next Wednesday.
Sure
so
will be.
I practiced in the car, Serge, and I think I sound pretty good, but I need to know, do you want Mariah Carey or do you need Whitney Houston, Patti LaBelle? Like, what voice do you want from me next Wednesday?
I want Mariah Houston.
I got you. That's exactly what I sounded like in the car. So yeah, I got
blend both of them together. I want both.
Okay, I got you.
Hey, Pam, and I'll
pre-crack.
KT's gonna give me Brian. KT's gonna give me Brian McKnight version.
Hey, you know I'm gonna put it down. Hey, and also we're gonna have Erica on.
Yes, we will have Erica Mollett from Beyond the Ball will be on with us next week. So that is also why KD and I will be actually together next week, so that we can make room for the other guests that we have. So look forward to next week's show. It will be so amazing. But thank you guys again for listening to or watching another episode of Sports Life Talk, where life without sports is just talk. You can see our Instagram handles here. Mine is private. You got to request me, but it's okay. But like us, follow us, join us, visit the website, fill out, check us out on there as well. More exciting things to come. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one.